Hello everyone, this is Sztygrys, and I will review the game from Iglo between doremix and Tomates. This was an interesting game, I would say. The beginning is very nice. I like this opening very much because we have this high Shimari and we already tried to make something on the right side. And also this Hasami, the pincer, is very aggressive. There are many nice fighting sequences after it. And the usual answer is to play like this. And this would be fine, but probably black would cut. And this is kind of complicated. It is good to know these variations because our opponent can play like this, and probably we will have to go into this variation. In the game, white jumped. Jumping is also okay. It is a bit less sharp, not ideal, but still good. And black just jumps like this. We want to be first, we want to get ahead of our opponent and create some territory on the lower side, on the fourth line. This is very important. So usually white will push at least 2 times, and black will get the territory. Yeah, then we need to make our wall stronger. Sometimes we can fight, but I think in this situation it is not good to fight. So maybe something like that. Like that. And white is fine, white is safe. We can always go into the corner like it happened in the game, so it is hard to really attack white. In the game, white played this immediately, and it is interesting. I understand that white wants to create a living shape fast, which makes sense because black wants to put pressure and get some stones on the outside so we can develop the right side. But it is not so easy. Here the usual move would be the S2, and with the moves like this, we always need to read what happens if white will just play the Han and capture the stone. And if we just sacrifice it like this, then white is alive in the corner and it's okay for white. But maybe we can extend. And the difference is that now white is not alive in the corner, so we need to add a move and leave. And now black can, in the meantime, maybe white will play this exchange, this one. And now black can try to attack the stones on the right side. And I think this would be good for black. This would be good. So white would have to come back somehow, maybe shape like that. And this is good for black also. So this was too soon. And we need to remember, after our opponent play like this, with the keima, we always need to calculate the keima on the 2 point. This is a very common shape. Sometimes it is good to sacrifice this stone. In the game, black bumped, and bump like this is very strange shape. Like we play a dummy move between the groups and white will get the corner. Moves like that usually are bad when we play between the groups and our opponent takes the territory. The only reason to play a move like this if we have a very specific reason. For example, if we can cut white now, but we cannot cut white, so the move is not good. Like, so this is a bad shape move when we have 2 stones facing each other and we play between them. We play the bump. We usually need to have the reason to play it. For example, like this. Sometimes we bump because if we jump, then black will connect under like this. So we make a bad exchange first to make this impossible, and then jump. Maybe not exactly in this position, the board position, but the shape is working like that. but we don't want to exchange 1 for 2. It is bad shape exchange, but it was necessary in this context. Anyway, black added the move on the right side, and the problem is that with these two stones, white is almost alive in the corner, so it is very, very hard to attack white now. So white tries to attack himself. It is very brave, but as we said, white is almost alive, so it is possible. Generally, I think it was too easy for black. Maybe if we started with some other move, maybe a bit higher, because black will not be able to make a living shape on the side that easily. Maybe if he gives us a lot of strength, then he will be able to make a living shape, but this would be very painful. Anyway, this is the result. There are some edges with the stones here because it is not really connected yet. We will see that white will try to use those weaknesses in the game. Like this. It is interesting move. And now if black will connect like this, the idea was to cut. But the problem with this cut is that black can easily deal with it. For example, like this. So I don't think this cut is possible. And if it is not possible, then maybe black should have connected like this. Because if we connect like this, white had a chance to play like this. And black is already separated. Now white can even add a move here. And black has two groups, which is a problem. So this is what I was expecting, I would say. And this is what happened, and black connected. I think white just did not realize that this move threatened to capture these two stones and played this immediately, but it was a mistake. And now it is all good for black. The whole sequence is very good for black because we had the weakness, and now we don't have the weakness anymore. So white goes into the corner. And this is not the most common way. Probably we will be able to get something, maybe some living shape in the corner after this move, but it will be very small. So it is not a usual way to come into this corner. Usually we start with this one. And the idea is that if black will attack, then we can go into the corner more bravely. More brave? I don't know. Anyway, we can go deeper into the corner. And if black will just protect like this or like that, then we just can develop the upper side and we give up the corner. That's the idea. Here white went into the corner, black played hammer, and this should be good for black. In the game, black chose the wrong variation. With this variation, white will live in the corner, and the problem is that this is all in center because black needs to add a move, and still black has weaknesses. And the corner is quite big, it's like 8 points. Very big corner. So this was not a good choice. But what would be a good choice? Good choice would be play like this. I think the ladder should not work for black. I don't think so. Although it is not so easy, yes. Black is not working. But we don't really need a ladder. We can connect here. And of course white can cut here. But I think black should be able to manage. Black should be able to manage. Maybe something like that. Can we do it like this? Maybe. There will be some fight, but I think in this fight black should be good. Black added the move. Because we have this weakness, I would be more open to playing solidly like this, because later there will be some possibility to cut and we don't want to have any weaknesses. For now, white added a move. And this is an interesting idea because the move is very normal. But we know what black wants to do. Black wants to develop the upper side. So is there a way to make it smaller, to not let black develop the upper side? Because if we play like this, of course black will jump. This is very natural move and develop the upper side. So how do we prevent it? And my idea is to just play here immediately. This shape seems a bit strange. It is not a Joseph shape. And usually the best response for black in this situation is to just go into the corner like this. So black can just go into the corner. But maybe in this situation we can just reduce the upper side. So locally it is not the best shape for white. But maybe we can accept it globally. If we don't really want to risk with the move like this, maybe this one, something like that. It allows black to get some strength on some territory on the upper side, but we also got some really nice strength on the left, so it should also be fine. Here it was a bit too easy for black to just jump out and make a big upper side moy or territory, because it is very hard to invade. For now, white played this move, and this is very logical on the border of the moyos. Black wants to create on the upper side. White has a lot of space on the left, so we play here. And I think black went a bit too aggressive with the cut. We play like this. I think white should be right. In the game, we cut another way, and this was a bit strange. A bit strange shape, I would say. But it is a fight. I think this was the important moment in this fight, because the group here is fine. This group is not really under attack anymore. We can easily connect to our friends on the lower side, and the group that we should worry about is the upper one, this one. This group is the one we should worry about, and we should add a move somewhere like that, because we make this group stronger, and at the same time we take territory and we make the white group a bit weaker. So those are important reasons to play this move, and it is important to play this now, because if we don't, then white will play there. By the way, one to consider here would be to play the C18 move and try to start a ko. Why should we consider this move? Because if we win the ko, the whole group, white group on the left side will be weak. This ko is very big, so we cannot play it if we don't have the cofrets, the big cofrets, and unfortunately for black we don't have any local cofrets, so we can only play it if we have big cofrets somewhere else. And this is interesting questions, if we have a big enough cofret. I think this one may not be good enough. The same for this one. So probably we should not play this ko, but if we had a bit bigger cofret somewhere, then we can do it. Anyway, let's come back to the game position. In the game, black played this move, which is not really important, because it does not put pressure on white group, which is already alive. It does not make black much stronger, and we don't have the group on the upper side. Even if we play on the left side, I would never play this move, but probably something in this kind. In the game, black lost center here, and white played the crucial move at h70. And we can see that black will manage to make a living shape. This is not a problem. But in the process, white will reduce the territory on the upper side and will make his group much stronger. Here, we lost center for white. It was not necessary. In the game, white played here and then connected like this, or maybe we can connect like this. But we could have connected in the first place. And this is very important lesson. It often happens in the game. The situation like this, when we have these two stones on the third and the second line, and we want to sacrifice our stone here, there are many ways to do it. Like we have many moves that are center. All of those moves will be center. So it is important to choose the best one. If we play, for example, like this, then we can get center, because black will have to capture, and we don't need to add any. Like the continuation here is not so big. We would never play this. So it is better to instead play 1, 2, 3. We play just 3, and black will have to come back anyway. Of course, black can push first, but this push does not help at all. Here, white is just separating black, so this does not add anything to the equation. So we play here, black will come back, and then we can play technically. In the game, it was a bit different. White play here, and white had to add them. And generally, the whole fight seems to be good for white. The result should be good for white, but it could have been even better if we just play here, and then we, for example, add a big move here. Then the game is really great for white. Now black invaded, and this was a big invasion. We don't really need to worry about this group, I think. Black created a living shape on the bottom, and now white wants to put some pressure on the black group, but it is not really easy. Here it was very smart to play it like this. We can always play here, but then black will get center. So it was smart to this exchange, because now the b7 is not center anymore. So we can just play away. The problem is that the black group is more or less alive, because we have one eye here, and we can create an eye there in center. How can we do it? If we play like this, and like this, then white will have to answer. So this eye here is in center. So we need to think that black already have this, like that. And now we can see that black is more or less alive. So it is very hard to get anything from black here. In the game, white cut. And this cut is not so great for white, because, as we said, black is already alive. So we don't need to take care of this group. We just make a living shape in center, and then we can play away. So the whole cut is not really successful. I think it was not necessary to cut. Maybe later we can play some moves here, or maybe we will just add a move here and force black to connect. But for now, we don't need to. In the game, black cut, and this was also a mistake, because this stone is more or less captured already. We cannot escape with it, so we lost several points there. Okay, Here, more or less, we can see where the territories will be. This is white territory, this is white a bit, this is white, and this is white. And the black is here and there, most. Some parts here and some parts here. And it seems to be a close game, more or less, but white has a bit of an advantage, I would say. And I think white maybe realized this, and white started to play calm without making some risk. Because here we can also think about invading the right side, maybe using this cut to get something, like playing on the side and making Miai of living on the side or connecting to the group on the lower right, or cutting this. Like this would be my idea. But if we can see that we are being ahead, then we don't need to do such strange things. And white played a calm move, a good move, the monkey jump, and took a lot of points in center, like this. It is all in center. If we can see that after this we are winning, and we are, as white, then it was a very good choice, and we should play like this. Now it is very hard to invade or use this cut. But we can always play like this. And you can see that there is not a lot of territory on the right side. Here white played this one, but this was not a great choice. It is better to play here, because we can take away some territory in center. Here it was also in center, but black has a possibility to capture. So this is the big difference. On the other hand, black should realize that now we don't really need to have enough territory and try to create some fight. It is not really easy because most of the board is taken already, but we need to think of some difficult sequence to play. I don't really see anything. Maybe something to this group. We can try to wonder why. How can we make it not alive? I know it is very hard. We need to think of something. It's hard to win if we just play the normal moves. In the game, black played normal moves and white played normal moves, and white won. But I wanted to talk about one thing. Here, white leave a weakness to play this G4 move. And someone may wonder if it was big enough, because if black will play here and play here, then we take away the territory. But how much territory we take? Here? We can count. Those points would be a white territory if white will add a move. And also we captured one stone, so it is 6 points. 6 points. And let's see how many points white will get from this move at h5. Something like this. So we got 1 capture and 1 point. Second capture and second point, more or less, 4, 5, and we destroyed all the points here, and black had possibility, if black will just add a move, to have 3 points. So in the whole this move at h, oh, I'm sorry, I maybe lied, because this point was already here. So we only got, here we got 2 points, here we got more than 1, because it is almost an I. After black connected, it is almost an I, so it's like a bit less than 4, and 3 points that we have taken from black. So it's like 7, more than 7. So this was bigger to play than playing on the lower side. And black should have connected. Black should have connected. Let me sum up. Here it is good to know the variation after this one, maybe some basic variation at least, but it is very hard because most of the variation here will be fighting variations. This move we always need to calculate this one, and in this situation it should be good for white because black can sacrifice Insanta. A bump like this is almost never a good shape. We can do it if we really need it for a specific reason, but if we don't have specific reason, we don't play this. This is bad shape. Here, if we don't have the ladder, we still can play like this, and this should be alright for black. If you want to reduce the upper side because we know our opponent will develop it, then like this or like this is the most common way. This is probably the biggest mistake of black in this game. We should have played here. It's very big. And here, in this situation, it is better to play like this because we get more Insanta than if we play this way. Okay, that would be all from me. I hope you liked the review. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comments. And good luck in your next games.